Welcome to AARP, Arizona Hispanic Connection. Educate. Celebrate. Connect. Arizona Hispanic Connection.
Welcome to Arizona Barrio Stories. Thank you for being a part of this platform. It's not just our platform, it's your platform too. We love bringing you content that can benefit you and your livelihood. We are here today with David Para Luna with Arizona AARP Hispanic Connection with Salud, Dinero y Amor. David, welcome. Thank you for helping us out. What's on our agenda today?
Well, thank you, Irma. It is my honor and pleasure to be here. It's energizing when you share information that you know is going to help people. And I have been doing this for a long time. I want to say for close to 15 years, more concretely 11 years. And it's very gratifying to share information, and lives are touched and people are helped in different ways. This particular topics help people manage their finances, and I just want to remind people that this is a 3-part program. Basically, you have the workbook there with you, but it's budgeting, right? Budgeting using credit, and then savings and investments. And they can use a PDF if they go to the website aarp.org and do a search, Finances 50 Plus. They'll be able to download this workbook. It's great. It has everything there. I'm just kind of touching the surface on an outline form just to kind of give some information, basic information, but that workbook has everything. Today we're moving, and this is going to be the last show we're going to do on debt, and then we're going to move to savings and some investments. We're just going to touch a little bit about investments, but more savings. But today we need to move to this very important point about being in crisis, right? That's when people are after you. When people are after you because you owe money, you are in trouble. You could say you're in crisis.
So you're getting that phone call, or you're getting floods of mail and they're looking for you?
Yes, that is not a good place to be. And sometimes this happens by mistake, by the way, and it can ruin your credit or affect it. We're not talking necessarily about that. We're talking about legitimate debt that you owe. I remember one case, because I get a lot of calls on the phone, and I remember that because this man got sidetracked for something that happened, I think, in his life, and he owed something, and he had the collection basically took him to court, and the agency sent them a summon, to basically ask them to appear in court unless they can. The court order, so to speak, said something. If you can fix this among yourself, don't come to court. That's good enough. So this man was very, very worried. So he called me and says, "What should I do?" So I said, "So how much do you owe?" And then he said, "I think it was something like $2,500 or so." And then I said, "Well, do you have money? How much money can you spare to make an offer and just get it over with?" So the two of us got on the phone with the agency, and guess what? He made an offer, they took it, and that was the end of it.
Wow.
So what I'm trying to say is that there are services out there that can help you, or at least they claim to be able to help you deal with these kinds of things, and we really do not recommend them. We feel that there are some actions that you yourself can take, and that is better, because those agencies, the ones that are going to try to help you, the consolidation kind of thing and all that, they're going to charge you. They are going to charge you. They're not free. And they're going to do what you and I are going to review right now, that we recommend the person who has the debt crisis do. So hopefully they'll dare. And I, so to speak, took this man by the hand. We did a two-way call. Obviously, we let the person on the other line who I was, and that this man had to give authorization for me to be on the call. And we were able to kind of, I usually don't do this, but this involved a court thing. The guy was super scared, and he did not know how to read. Now I remember. That's why I got involved. Can you imagine? How do you help somebody who is in this kind of situation? So I did it for him, and it worked out perfectly. So taking charge if in debt crisis, right? Now people are after you. So what is the first thing that we would recommend that people do is ask your creditors for more favorable lending terms, lower the finance charges, and or a lower minimum monthly payment, right? So this is the sort of thing that the company would do if you hire them. So why not you do it? So pick up the phone, call that credit card, call that hospital where you owe, call that whatever it is, and let them know about your financial situation and see what sort of negotiation you can do with them. Do you think people would dare to do this?
They might be feeling funny about it. I like where it says, read the fine print.
Yes, yes. So it's very, very important that people do that. Obviously, it's important to kind of already know some concepts and what you're going to propose or ask, because you don't want to just be going there like whatever they offer me, right? So have an idea, and it's always good to talk to people. And we're going to give a number today, which I think is going to be very important. It's called the National Foundation for Credit Counseling. This is free. Okay, so it's 800-388-2227. National Foundation for Credit Counseling. This is going to be free, and if you're in trouble, they can help you even with more than what I'm sharing right now. But number one, ask your creditors for a more favorable lending terms. This is probably going to be the number one thing people need to do.
I bet you people didn't even know about that.
Yeah.
This is news to me.
Yes.
Wow.
And it's always good to ask around. There may be even some entities that can give you, advice, counseling for free. So that's always going to be good. Always go for the free stuff first, okay? Number two, avoid. But let me go back to, because I have another point that I added it today. Is a credit card with 0% interest an option? That is a form of debt consolidation. I don't know if people have thought about that, but when you find a credit card that with 0% interest, the APRs, but remember that they are not going to give you zero forever. They're going to give you a window of time, right? They're going to say, okay, we're going to give you for 6 months or for, say, hopefully a year. Now in that 6-month period or 1 year, you have to really do your best to pay off your debt, right? From that new credit card at 0% interest. That is a good strategy if you can find a credit card with 0%. There is something called it's called the HELOC. I'm not going to describe it now, but that's also another possibility. If you have a kind of like a high debt with a high APR of 20% or so, there is a possibility. Open up a HELOC and then pay the debt and then pay the HELOC at a lower percentage. So there's things you can do. You don't have to run to a company and pay your money for them to do it, because they're going to charge you. And they're not always successful in helping you. So avoid debt relief or debt settlement companies or services that claim they can eliminate debt or fix a credit score. Again, we're trying to empower people, and the way to empower people is through knowledge. I'm always, whenever I face something, the first thing is I have to do it. I have to. Let me just give you an example. The house that when we purchased had a pool, the pump broke. So normally you hire somebody, right? Well, we do research. I have 3 kids and my wife. We all like to do research. We did research and we try to fix it. Now they test it, it's no good. So that's what I'm talking about. We need to do our own research and educate ourselves, find some friends that can help you, but don't run unless you have a ton of money. But if you have a ton of money, I wonder how you got in debt, right? So just kind of use common sense, educate ourselves, get empowered through knowledge. That's very, very important. Number 3, debt consolidation is an option. What is debt consolidation? You basically get another loan. Pretty much like what I explained with a credit card, right? If you can get a credit card with 0%, you're basically getting a loan to pay the other accounts. So it can work, but again, call the National Foundation of Credit Counseling to get more information so you can do it with a reputable organization and not just with anybody. It can be done, and sometimes that's the only choice, but try to get informed before you pay big bucks for it. So the last one is common sense solutions that help clear up payment problems. And because of time, I'm going to read them real quick. Know your rights. There's a lot in that workbook. I was reading the rights. People don't have the right just to call you and anoint you and bug you. There's some rules that they have to abide by, those collectors. So, we don't have the time right now, but if they download that book or even write to me an email, my email appears on the video, I'll send them that even a copy of that page to know what rights we have, so that we don't allow these people to be bugging us, so to speak. Relax and stay calm. Be persistent and patient. Maintain a written record of all the phone calls, who you spoke to, the name of the company, what was the conversation is important, and then expect back and forth calls. That's going to unavoidable happen. And one more information: contact the National Foundation for Credit Counseling, 800-388-2227. And that's basically what we have for today. But again, this is when you're already in crisis. Don't panic. Get empowered through knowledge, and then take these steps, and you'll be fine.
I like what you said about empowering people, giving them the knowledge and the confidence to handle this. I think when people get hit with debt, they get scared and their emotions take over.
Yes.
Thank you, David, for coming on today, and I can't wait to see you again so we can tackle our next subject.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it as always. Thank you for the opportunity once again.
Well, we are offering you tidbits, tips to help you on your financial journey. We are trying to empower you. We hope you enjoyed today's show. Thank you for being a part of Arizona Barrio Stories. Thank you for tuning in to Salud, Dinero y Amor with David. I am signing off. I am at 147 East Adams at Alac. Hope you come down, and I will see you soon.